Well, yeah, the government is basically calling this an invasion, an annexation of the Crimean Peninsula. They've called for restraint from the Russians. They're saying that the Russians need to leave, but they're also saying that the Ukrainian military needs to show restraint. They're saying they don't want any more bloodshed. And right behind me here in Kiev, they're still mourning the people who died in those bloody protests. Just very recent, dozens of people died there. They're still mourning. They don't want to see any more bloodshed. They're trying to go to the international community. They're trying to go to the United Nations Security Council, which is convening. They're trying to also go to the European Union to send monitors here to make sure that the sovereignty of Ukraine is respected, Jake.
The latest is about half an hour ago, I left the airport at Simferopol, which has been under the control of unidentified soldiers since overnight early this morning. I'm on the highway right now, about 10 kilometers from that airport, and what I've seen in the past several minutes are about half a dozen Russian military troop transporters. I'm saying Russian because these are trucks that bore Russian license plates. They were carrying troops. We briefly saw that they were troops, armed troops. They were all headed in the same direction. They bifurcated in a road. Some started going on the road towards Yalta, but pulled over, perhaps because they saw us following behind them. But what we can definitely confirm at this hour is that there are Russian military troop transporters with armed soldiers inside, Russian license plates. They are on the move and they are going somewhere, half a dozen of them. So there's definitely some military movement adrift, and Ukrainians we've been speaking to say that this is inhabitual. They are not accustomed to seeing Russian trucks, Russian military trucks, carrying armed men on the roads in and around this capital. They began seeing them really yesterday, early yesterday, and today there seems to be a heavier presence. We saw lots of trucks coming and going.